Look like Chennedy Carter definitely wants to get out of Chicago because she possibly be interested in joining Caitlin Clark in the Fever. That's what we finna talk about.
Fans are speculating about Chennedy Carter's next move after she dropped a bombshell that has the entire WNBA in a panic. Some are even drawing parallels between her and rookie star Caitlin Clark's squad.
She could want a max contract or want to be a premier player.
New Sky coach Tyler Marsh made no mention of Chennedy Carter during a recent press conference. She has all but disappeared. Fans are wondering why she is so willing to leave and why there is such silence, since the drama is only getting started. Did you see what Chennedy Carter recently made a shocking social media announcement that has everyone buzzing?
On her social media, this is on her threads. I don't have a threads, but here we are. She posted this to the world. Let's chat. Drop the WNBA teams you would like to see me sign with next year. Y'all be coaches and GMs anyway. Let's see what you...
Chennedy asked fans directly which team she should sign with the following season. But wait, isn't she still with the Chicago Sky? This is crazy, people.
This was real. Ken Swift is actually the person that caught it. Is this true? Yeah, it's true. She really did post this on her social media, which is wild for a player.
Let's take a moment to back up. Chennedy has been dominating and scoring a lot of points for the Sky, 17 points a game last season to be exact. You would think the team would be doing everything in their power to retain a player like that, but something isn't adding up.
Chennedy Carter is something that is already been talked about behind the scenes. That is, players wanted to get out of Chicago. I don't know what it is going on up there, but right now it ain't looking good. A lot of players want to get the hell out of Chicago.
This is where things start to become extremely weird. During a recent news conference, Tyler Marsh, the new Sky coach, mentioned Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso, but I suppose he didn't even bring it up.
Carter, Chennedy.
And have the most depth and able to get value from top to bottom are the most successful. And so we want Angel and Camila to be successful for sure.
He further stated that it seems as though he doesn't even know she exists.
Interesting. But the focus thus far has been on players who we know are under contract this coming year, and that's where the communication has been thus far.
Are you able to see past this? You may be thinking, but isn't Chennedy a restricted free agent? And you'd be exactly here what people are speculating about? Marsh is essentially saying, we don't need you for now.
You can play. I'm thinking the Sky already told her they weren't matching her offer, and if she were her agent,
the Sky may not be able to match her offer with a third choice in the draft since she is a restricted free agent and they are reluctant to spend excessively. Keep in mind Marina M., who departed the Sky last year and wasn't silent about why.
Now, Marina Mabry, she's already flown the coop on this team, and it was quote-unquote because of culture.
Chennedy is now pulling this stunt on social media, which makes you wonder what's actually going on in that locker room. Is it a coincidence, or is there something more significant going on behind the scenes? The thing we're all curious about is whether Angel Reese's arrival is appending the Chicago Sky locker room because it appears that things have changed since she joined the team.
Looking like, to me, from the outside looking in, if these players want to get away from Angel Reese, I just got to keep it real. That's what it's looking like. Chennedy Carter is something that is already been talked about behind the scenes. That is, players wanted to get out of Chicago.
Fans are going crazy guessing about where Chennedy might wind up, and some of the teams they're throwing out are absurd, but the actual issue we need to ask is why Chennedy is so willing to go in the first place. Kennedy's tweet is gone now, but you can guarantee the damage has been done.
No, I assumed, I'm not going to lie to you, I assumed the Chicago Sky was going to bring her back. But maybe she wants to leave, which is the most interesting part of it.
What's next for Chennedy Carter? Is she actually leaving Chicago? If so, where is she going? We're going to go into all of that and more. I promise you won't want to miss what's coming up. This story is far from over, and the next twist may be the biggest one yet. Some fans believe she's going to a team that, on paper, should be the last place she ever goes. But here's the real kicker. It might just be crazy enough to work. In addition, people have been sharing this meme on Twitter, and it's hilarious.
y'all have to be prepared for what I'm about to show y'all. What I'm about to show y'all is going to like kind of piss some people off. But hell, I didn't make it. Look, I didn't make this thing. This is just what is floating around online. Could she end up in a Fever uniform?
Take note of what certain fans are saying. It sounds like something from a movie, doesn't it? Chennedy Carter wants to play with Caitlin Clark on the Indiana Fever. Yes, you heard correctly. That's the same Caitlin Clark who Chennedy had that famous run-in with. Let's go back a moment to the push that made everyone talk. Chennedy shoved Caitlin during a game, and the news was all over it.
Chennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
People were talking about it nonstop, and now it's getting so out of control that fans are literally photographing Chennedy wearing a Fever jersey.
I don't know, man. I don't think this will ever work. I don't think Chennedy Carter is going to come to the Fever.
But here's the thing, Kennedy's got game. On paper, she would be a fantastic addition to any club in the league, scoring an average of 17 points per game. However, following that push, her reputation suffered a severe knock. It seems as though she went from hero to zero overnight.
I don't believe Chennedy Carter is going to get what she wants. Possibly, she could want a max contract or like want to be a premier player. I just think her actions, her emotions might have cost her a bag, bro.
You may be thinking that the Fever would never want her after what she did to Clark, and I understand that it seems absurd, but this is where the WNBA talent talks really get interesting. Is it possible that the Fever will put all of that drama aside in order to win? It's not as unlikely as you might think, but let's be honest for a moment. But here's the big question. How has the incident with Caitlin Clark actually affected Kennedy's future in the WNBA? Let's face it, that push didn't just make headlines. It might have completely altered Kennedy's career trajectory. Chennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark playing on the same team after everything that happened sounds insane, right? What are they thinking? It's insane.
What she did to Caitlin Clark on national television was simply unbelievable, bro. Like, just now I know like there's ways for her to kind of get a name for herself, but just that kind of ruined your stock, bro. Like she really hurt her stock by pushing Caitlin Clark. I really think so. But me personally, I don't think she's going to come to the Fever. I don't think the Fever is going to offer her in any shape, form, or fashion.
Consider it prior to the incident. Teams would have been lining up to sign Chennedy if she had been on top of the world. But now that she seems to have a big red flag hanging over her head, they are probably reconsidering hiring her, regardless of how good her stats are. This is where it gets really interesting, though. What if joining the Fever is actually Kennedy's best move? I mean, if she could work it out with Caitlin Clark, it would be the ultimate redemption story, and it could completely change how people view her.
I mean, look, maybe she's part of the culture problem, but that's very interesting.
However, let's take a moment to put an end to the Fever with Kay Clark. Even after everything that happened, it still seems rather crazy, don't you think? I mean, can you image those initial few practices?
Guy was going to bring her back, but maybe she wants to leave, which is the most interesting part of it.
However, we may be overlooking the bigger picture here because there is another character in this story that we haven't yet discussed, and she may be the true reason Chennedy wishes to leave Chicago in the first place. Pay attention because that part of the story will blow your mind, okay? Let's discuss Angel Reese, the newest celebrity in Chicago, but is she also the reason Chennedy Carter is searching for a way out? After Angel joins the group, everyone starts discussing issues related to culture. Marina MB departs at this time. Is it really a strange coincidence that Chennedy tweeted about joining other teams, or is there something else going on?
Well, what happened to the culture? Who torched the culture? Who's selfish on the team that would cause the culture to melt down? And what's crazy about this is she had Angel Reese's back, and I can't help but wonder, is that what happened here?
What we do know about Angel is that she is unquestionably a star, but she also has a reputation for being, let's say, confident. Some people adore it and believe it is just what the WNBA needs, while others don't think so.
And I can't help but wonder, is that what happened here? Is Angel Reese and the way she wants to play, and I don't know if you've ever noticed her social media posts, but she's very me. Always. Me. You may have a player that has decided that she's had enough of that.
It's difficult to say for sure, but there are whispers circulating that Chennedy and Angel are actually at odds behind closed doors. Some claim they simply don't get along, while others believe the situation has been exaggerated.
Looking like, to me, from the outside looking in, that these players want to get away from Angel Reese. I just got to keep it real. That's what it's looking like. Chennedy Carter is something that is already been talked about behind the scenes, and that is players wanted to get out of Chicago. I don't know what it is going on up there, because right now it ain't looking good. A lot of players want to get the hell out of Chicago.
You know, we're hearing things. There are whispers coming from the locker room, nothing specific, but enough to make you worry if Chennedy can handle Angel's style, or if they are fighting over who the team's true star is.
Can you imagine her wanting to leave a team to get away from somebody? I think it's a valid question to ask. Seriously.
However, if Chennedy is indeed attempting to leave because of Angel, she may be in for a major shock, because what follows will demonstrate how seriously Chennedy may have damaged her own future.
I mean, good luck. Good luck. I don't know who's going to take her.
Consider it. Chennedy is essentially telling the world that she wants to leave Chicago by putting all this drama out there. But what if no other team wants to deal with that? What if they decide that Chennedy isn't worth the trouble after looking at what's happening with the Sky? Angel Reese may be appending things in Chicago, but Chennedy Carter may end up paying the price, because in the WNBA, being a good teammate is just as important as having talent, and Chennedy is currently making people question whether she can be both.
Chennedy Carter can shoot her ass off, but she can also shoot her mouth off and get very rough. She's on, I believe, her third team, maybe fourth team. I think her third team. And if it's not her fourth team, she's already planning on her fourth team.
Chennedy Carter's WNBA future is currently looking somewhat hazy. Recall that teams were vying for her services when she was the league's golden girl, but now it's like crickets out there. Here's the situation. Chennedy is a restricted free agent, meaning that any offer she receives from another team could be matched by the Sky, but after that tweet, teams might decide not to even make an offer. Can you believe it? A player who averages 17 points per game, and teams are considering passing on signing her? Why is it all about the drama?
Is anybody going to want her? Maybe that's the best question. I mean, certainly there's real attitude issues. If I was a team, I mean, she can score with the lights out. I mean, she's pure offense, a pure shooting guard, scoring guard, an instant offense. But if you're a team, do you really want her on the team? I wouldn't.
Kennedy's ability to perform without a doubt, but in the WNBA, clubs prefer players who can fit in and won't cause trouble in the locker room above talent. Chennedy now has drama written all over her. It's as if she's wearing a large flashing sign indicating trouble is coming. Chennedy has a few options, but none of them are very good. She could swallow her pride and hope that another team will consider her, or she could do something totally different. Some insiders speculate that Chennedy might take a pay cut to demonstrate that she is serious about being a team player. Can you imagine a top player in her prime taking less money to demonstrate that she isn't all about the drama?
The only coach in the league that wanted to give her a third chance was fired after 1 year. She's going nowhere as no team wants the cancer in the locker room.
If Chennedy plays this correctly, she might turn things around and prove to everyone that she is more than just a troublemaker. But if she plays it wrong, she might end up on the outside looking in. What will be Kennedy's next move that could make or destroy her entire career? Chennedy, will you remain and battle for your place in the skies? Will you risk being taken by another team? Or will you take an entirely other approach? Whatever she chooses, there's little doubt that the WNBA is going to get really exciting.
Chennedy
Carter is at a critical point in her life. Her extraordinary talents are apparent, but her tweets have cast doubt on her future. What is she thinking about at the moment?
High maintenance. The question is, will anybody else take a chance on the female Antonio Brown? Well, I like Antonio Brown a hell of a lot more than Chennedy Carter. As far as I'm concerned, Antonio ought to still be on a team as a third or fourth receiver right now.
Chennedy will benefit greatly from this site throughout the free agency season beginning in February. It's unclear if a team will take a chance on her or if she will be released without a contract.
Stated Chennedy Carter looks beyond Chicago into taking WNBA free agency. Now, something I do want to say, she is a restricted free agent, by the way. Chicago Sky guard Chennedy Carter appears eager to test the WNBA free agency. Man, after pushing Caitlin Clark, I don't know how it's going to do for her, but let's go into this article. The upcoming WNBA free agency period, which began in February of 2025, is sure to be hectic.
The WNBA is going to get really exciting soon. This narrative is far from over, and the WNBA has never been this unpredictable. Chennedy might wind up anywhere. Perhaps she will sort things out with the skies, partner up with Caitlin Clark, or surprise us all with something really unexpected. Are you prepared for the drama that is about to happen? Carter has the power to alter everything.